You said why he won't move me into his house? Because he don't got one. That's why. Why he not saying can he move me into his house? He don't have one. He don't got a house to move me into. His own house. He doesn't have one, okay? He is a young man in the world trying to find his way, and I'm not gonna sit here and bash him. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna say to myself, all right, he's a young man, he lives with his family, and you know, he came across me. I thought he was attractive. I thought he was cool. He had good things that I liked about him. I decided to get to know him more. I got to know him more. And then I realized that, you know, he's just not what I want anymore. And so with that being said, I decided to just say, you know what, it's not going to work. But yeah, I do talk about marriage with men that I choose to date. He was somebody that I chose to date. There's a lot of men that I chose to date that's in these situations where they either live with their family or they live with their moms, or you know what I'm saying. I also date men that's very self-sufficient as well. And the thing about being single that I love is that I get to learn the different kind of men depending on where they're at in life. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, I think it would only be common for a man who lives with his family to want to go around looking for women or seeking women that may have more than them, so that is a faster come up for them. You understand what I'm saying? Some men do definitely want to gain off their women. Not to say that, and I don't think all men who gain off their women are bad men. Some men really come in and they help their women. They take over the whole responsibilities. But I get why you could ask the question like, why he can't move with you, and why, whatever. I get why you could ask these questions, because a lot of the times these men don't have good intentions with the women who have more than them. They have intentions to control them. They have intentions to change them. They have intentions to bring them down, homosexual energy. They have intentions, narcissistic energy. They have intentions to hurt these women. So I get it. And that's why I'm very smart. I'm very smart when it comes to finding out who I'm dealing with. Trust me, I'm very smart. And when I see that it's not for me, and I am aware that it's not for me, then I won't go down that rabbit hole. But that's the thing about being life and being young, living life and being young. The thing with that is I get to make mistakes. Like I've dated men in my past that had less than me. That just was a waste of my time. I'm gonna be real, because I didn't know better. You understand what I'm saying? But when we know better, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to do better, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, he's not gonna ask me to live with him because he doesn't have a house for me to live in. You know, and I feel like that at the end of the day does hit his ego. So in that hitting his ego, he's gonna try to hit my ego, because he's like, how are you a woman? And this is what I'm assuming. How are you a woman and you have more than me? How are you a woman and you make better decisions than me as being a provider? How are you a woman? And so I'm not taking this personal. I'm not taking this personal with a man trying to ask me if he could stay with me. He could live with me. He live with his family. He probably wants his independence, and he probably feels like if he clicks with a woman, he could gain his independence with her. But once again, I understand that's a tricky situation, because sometimes these men will leave their families and they won't even be independent of their families. They bring their drama and their trauma that they come with from their families into the woman's household, into her life. I've been there too. I've done that too. I'm good off of that. Like, fuck that. I refuse. No. All right. And this is why it's important for men to be self-sufficient and providing men. You understand? Because women like me, I'm gonna be wondering these things like, wait, why do you have mental illness? Are you, what's this, are you financially stable? Do you have income coming in? What's the situation? I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to talk about it after asking questions. You understand what I'm saying? I'll never put the person out on blast, but I'm going to talk about it because in the end of the day, I'm just as shocked as you are listening that, wow, these men would really request women to put their names on a deed before they've done anything for them. So yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are. I'm wondering, why would any grown man ask me if I could put his name on my deed that I'm not married to? And a lot of the time that is narcissistic abuse. A lot of the time that is gaslighting. That is a lot of mental things that's going on. So guess what? Okay. One thing about me, I'm going to ask my questions and I'm going to learn who I'm dealing with. And yes, this person did suffer from certain things in his past. And I'm not going to talk about that because it's none of my business. Okay, that's him and his bloodline's business. None of my business. And so when people go through things, they expect certain things. Also, the other thing that I have realized too, a lot of the times when these men have not grown to their fullest potential, it's because they have to grow past their past traumas. They have to learn how to be better and have to learn how to not be so much of a victim in life. And once they're able to do that, they'll be able to exceed. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to tolerate anybody exceeding on my expense. I'm not going to tolerate that. And I'm not desperate. No, I'm not desperate, but I'm going to ask questions. And I am going to entertain it because I need to know who I'm dealing with. Everybody's not born with a silver spoon to their mouth. Every man, every woman is not born with a silver spoon to their mouth. I know I wasn't. So I do understand that every man is going to have their shit together. You understand? But is he willing and able? Okay? And I understand that too. Willing and able is a risk. Okay? But yeah, that's why he can't move me in his house because he don't have a house to move me into. You know, I'm the one with the house. You know, I'm the one that has more, and I'm the one, you understand what I'm saying, who has just more assets. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming around trying to figure out how to escape where he's living at or how he's living with the help of a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Which I don't think is always a bad thing. It depends on the man. But the way he was going about it, I'm going to use my discernment, and my discernment says it was a terrible thing. Period. And with that being said, team single, it is. And I'll continue to date, and I'll continue to ask questions, and I'll continue to figure out what these men got for me. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not even playing. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. And yeah.